true survival story of an American pilot in the Amazon jungle, film explained. Hey guys, welcome back. Today, we're diving into the gripping story of Rescue 2 *. The film is set in 1955, during the Vietnam War. At that time, the U.S. was carrying out large-scale bombing campaigns, leading to the deaths of many innocent people. Despite the devastation, America didn't back down. They continued to send pilots on dangerous missions. One such pilot, named Dieter, was following his orders when disaster struck. While flying over enemy territory, his plane collided with a bird, causing a critical failure. His jet crashed, but miraculously, he survived. However, survival wasn't guaranteed. Locals had seen him, and they were now after him. Dieter knew he had to escape. He hid under leaves, waited for the villagers to leave, and then climbed to the highest point he could find, hoping to signal for rescue. But no plane spotted him. Desperate for water, he approached a lake only to be captured by a local militia group known as the Viet Cong Detachment. They took him to their village, where the moment the locals realized he was American, they wanted him dead. However, the leader of the group restrained them. He tried to communicate with Dieter, but there was a major language barrier. Desperate, Dieter pretended he needed to use the bathroom, but they saw through his trick. Instead, they tortured him brutally, trying to break his spirit. The militia eventually brought him to a government official who spoke English. The official questioned Dieter about the war. In an attempt to survive, Dieter claimed he was German, not American. Since he was born in Germany before moving to the U.S., the official presented him with a document condemning America's actions, demanding his signature. The paper declared that U.S. politicians were corrupt and that their war was unjust. But Dieter refused to sign, remained loyal to his country, even at the cost of his own life. As punishment, he was dragged back to the village, hung upside down for days without food or water, and later dunked into a river, nearly drowning. Yet, he endured, refusing to betray his homeland. After weeks of torment, he was thrown into a makeshift prison, where he met 5 other captives, including 2 American pilots who had been held for over 2 years. When Dieter suggested escaping, they laughed. They told him that even if they broke free, the jungle outside was just as deadly: no food, no water, and full of wild animals and poisonous snakes. Dieter, however, was determined. He observed that the guards left their weapons unattended during mealtimes. He devised a plan. When the opportunity arose, they would steal the weapons and fight their way out. One night, using a hidden nail, Dieter managed to unlock their chains. For the first time in 2 years, the prisoners slept without shackles. But not everyone shared his enthusiasm for escaping. One prisoner, Duong, was resigned to his fate. He believed escape was impossible. Days passed, and supplies in the village began to dwindle. The guards were starving, making them more unpredictable. One night, Dieter overheard a chilling conversation. They planned to execute all the prisoners the next day. There was no time left. The group put their escape plan into action. Dieter retrieved the guards' weapons and distributed them. However, as they prepared to move, one of the prisoners betrayed them and fled alone. Chaos erupted. Dieter was left alone with Duong as the others disappeared into the jungle. With no choice but to press on, Dieter and Duong trekked through the dense rainforest. Rain finally came, giving them drinking water, but it also triggered landslides. They barely survived as mud, and rocks cascaded around them. Their supplies were gone. They were now starving. Days passed. Their bodies were covered in leeches. At one point, Dieter even resorted to eating a live snake to survive. Their struggle continued until one day, they stumbled upon an abandoned village. Hope rekindled when they spotted a helicopter flying overhead. Dieter set fire to the huts, hoping the smoke would attract attention, but the helicopter belonged to the enemy had opened fire on them instead. They barely escaped with their lives. Desperate, they wandered into another village, hoping for help. Instead, the villagers identified them as American soldiers and attacked. Duong was brutally killed in front of Dieter. Enraged and broken, Dieter fought back, killing some of his attackers before fleeing. Now alone, he kept pushing forward. He had lost all sense of time and reality. He even imagined Duong still walking beside him, talking to him. His mind was deteriorating. Finally, after 150 days in the jungle, he reached a river where American soldiers were searching for him. At first, they didn't recognize him. No one had ever returned alive from this region. They questioned him to confirm his identity. After verifying his name, favorite food, and military background, they realized he was indeed their missing pilot. Dieter was flown back to safety. The soldiers saluted him as a heroic first pilot to survive and escape from that hostile territory. Later, he retired and became a civilian test pilot. This incredible story of survival proves the power of resilience, determination, and patriotism. What did you think of this story? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one. Peace out.